I made quite a mess today, so I want to speak about something that is not stupid, to speak about the wristwatch. The wristwatch is something that turned into fashion during the first years of the 20th century, during military campaigns in South Africa, and eventually, I mean, the military campaigns in South Africa, and that's how it started. And started a fashion that it from the military turned to civilian society either. People go with the wristwatch since after post-World War One, when it became mandatory for soldiers and became regular for non-soldiers, for civilians. Um, I think first of all, it should be mandatory for soldiers only, um, not for civilians. Civilians can use a pocket watch, you put it in your pocket and then you take it out and you look at the pocket watch and check the hour. You don't need to use a wristwatch. Um, and second of all, it well, it could be mechanical either. There is it costs a lot. Today it's the most pricey wristwatches are mechanical. It's not something that I can afford to myself. It's a lot of money. But if it was mass produced, it wasn't a lot of money. Um, and the third thing is, even soldiers take wristwatches that are so huge and so bombastic, the G-Shock, and they shouldn't do it. They shouldn't have such extravagant watches. Soldiers need a watch, but it can be a little one. I always just show an example of myself. A little watch. It doesn't have to be big. So maybe I'm not a good example myself, but I'm not a soldier either, obviously. So I don't care if I'm not a good example. And I do my best. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. Usually it's not better, but I do my best. So, in any way, to sum up, wristwatches are outcome of wars, of the First World War, and uh, it became mandatory in 1917. In the middle of the First World War, the Ministry of War gave wristwatches to all the soldiers to coordinate the times in the battlefield. I think first of all, it's said there is a need for militaries to coordinate time in the battlefield. We wish for peaceful eras, but in the meantime, civilians don't need wristwatch, and military either. And civilians. I'm not saying not allowed. Okay, I'm not saying not allowed, but it could be a small wristwatch, small, tiny. I'm sorry. This is unpleasant to see my hand. What's left of it, but it's unpleasant that I speak about myself. So a tiny wristwatch is also not a tiny, modest wristwatch is good enough, and I wish happy things would come to our shitty world. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is like out of place. I just want to say farewell. So yeah, say farewell. Farewell. Thanks for listening, everyone, and have a nice day.